All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, the Jets lose their home opener, dropping the second game of the season against the division rival New England Patriots 25-6. We know exactly why this football team lost today. It is no secret at all. It wasn't because of the defense. It wasn't because we couldn't establish the run game. It wasn't because of field position. We were close in many different metrics: total plays, total yards, first downs, time of possession. We lost this football game today because we couldn't throw the ball effectively. We couldn't throw it at all. On top of that, we had 4 turnovers. 4 interceptions, 3 of those in the first half. So yet again, the Jets are coming out of the gate stumbling over themselves, failing to put together any sort of successful, consistent, sustainable offensive drives. And it's so frustrating to watch in back-to-back weeks because the same story happened last week against the Panthers. So I didn't really agree with the first half play calls. I felt like all week long, in the preview video, all week long, we talked about establishing the short passing attack, going up against that defense, looking at where Tua had success against the Pats defense, that veteran defense. There's a lot of talent there. I felt like the focus should have been getting the football out of Wilson's hands as quickly as possible, getting it to our playmakers in the flats, getting it to them early in the play. Guys like Elijah Moore and Michael Carter. By the way, Carter looked really shifty, really elusive today. I was impressed with Michael Carter. But you take a look across the line of scrimmage at Mac Jones. He was 9 for 10 to start off, 90% completion percentage. At halftime, he had 17 completions. I felt like the offensive game plan for New England going into the game was to get Jones comfortable, get him feeling himself a little bit, get him relaxed, get him in a rhythm. That's what they did. That's what McDaniels did. They accomplished that. Was it perfect? No. Was it exciting? No. Were there highlight types of plays all over the place? No. But the Patriots offense was efficient. They were putting the ball in play. They controlled the clock. They dominated time of possession in the first half of that game, taking advantage, capitalizing on the Jets' numerous turnovers. So at the end of the day, the Patriots on paper are the better team. They have the better coaching staff. They are the veteran group out there. I feel like the New England Patriots are a better football team than the Jets, and that showed today. But my problems with today's performance was the fact that we just couldn't get anything going in the pass game, and we had these issues last week against the Panthers. The only difference, we made those adjustments last week against Carolina, and we started to open up the short passing game a little bit more, and we saw it have a positive effect. But today, it just wasn't really a factor. I just felt like Zach Wilson, the offense, they were looking for the home run shot, for the kill shot a lot, almost too often, and it ended up biting us in the butt with the multiple turnovers and just failing to get that consistency, failing to get that rhythm. But the one thing that's super puzzling about the whole offensive performance was the fact that we were having success in the trenches. We were having success running the football. We had multiple opportunities in the middle of the field. I mean, the Patriots had the kick out of bounds. Berrios had a couple nice returns. I felt like the Jets had opportunities. It was just the failures in the pass game. So, and by the way, I've actually gotten a bunch of messages, throughout the game after the, 5 minutes after the game has ended here, like, should we bench Zach Wilson? Did we make a mistake? I think Zach Wilson's going to be fine in time. I truly do believe that. I just feel like, number one, we have to take everything into consideration. Playing a great team, young overall team, still so early in the season. We're second game, September. I think in time we will be fine, but it's just a matter of not only just experience, but getting out of our own way, playing to our strengths. Not being so focused with the system itself, kind of looking at the team and saying, hey, you know what? How can we get this guy involved? How can we open up the short passing game? How do we get Wilson's completion percentage higher in the game? How do we get him in a rhythm early on, as opposed to doing the same thing over and over and over again? And then by halftime, we're down by 2 scores and it's complete pandemonium. That's just not a recipe for success. So I feel like maybe throughout this week, we play Denver this upcoming week. I actually don't know if they won. I think last time I checked, they were beating Jacksonville 20-7, if my memory serves me correctly. But it's going to be a big week. We really have to nail down this preparation and adjusting on the fly. But really, the name of the game should be getting Wilson comfortable. We've seen back-to-back weeks failures in the pass game. And I'm sorry, I feel like I sound like a broken record here, but it's the truth. Also, penalties. Horrible. 8 penalties for 77 yards. Abysmal. You combine that with the Wilson stat line, 19 of 33, 210 yards, 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. against Bill Belichick, against a better team on paper, you're probably not going to win the game. There is a bright side, though. I know it seems like the sky is falling, the world is ending, but there is a bright side. The defense looked great given the circumstances. Okay, understand that we were turning the ball over like left and right, but the defense was fighting till the very end. The defense is something that we can hang our hat on. The running game was there. The offensive line, without Mekhi Becton, by the way, looked a little bit better than last week. We were able to get a push at the point of attack. So I really feel like, actually, you know what? Real quick, before I end this video, I do want to touch on this. This whole Denzel Mims situation. What is happening? What is happening with this Denzel Mims thing? I mean, he's a healthy scratch. And yeah, there's rumors about him not fitting the system and whatnot. I actually did a video on this a couple days ago, but he doesn't play today. He's not injured. There's nothing to do with the virus or anything like that. Crowder doesn't play. And we struggle that much. I mean, Denzel Mims deserves a shot. No Jet fan out there is saying Mims is Devontae Adams. Mims is, Julio Jones. Mims is A.J. Brown, Metcalf. Nobody is saying that. I feel like really what Jets fans want is to see a second-round pick who had a productive rookie season last year have an opportunity to see the field. So we need to shake things up. We have to be more efficient on offense. We have to. In this day and age where you have all of these rules working for offenses out there, you can't touch the quarterback, can't do this, can't do that. With all of these rules, we cannot be turning the ball over like we were today. We cannot be going 3 and out like we were against the Panthers. It's just unacceptable. We're not going to win a lot of football games if we cannot move the ball. We cannot move the chains. We cannot score points. Again, credit the defense. They're flying around the football field. They're making plays. They're down a ton of guys. No Jarrad Davis, no Lawson, no Curry, no Joyner. Tons of guys missing. But they're producing. On offense, it's not the same story. So, super frustrating. 0-2 overall, 0-1 in the division. We have the Denver Broncos next week in Mile High. A very good Denver Broncos team. I feel like the Broncos right now are pretty underrated, but we got to get our stuff together. We have to be more efficient on offense. That's priority number one that needs to be highlighted going into this week of preparation, because the Broncos defense is no joke. It is no joke. They're not going to hold back at all. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What a brutal Sunday. I really don't like turnovers. Not at all. Nothing bothers me more in football than interceptions. I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. I know today was tough, and I really, you guys are the best. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.